7 o'clock by the clock. So, shall we come to order? All right. Roll
Arnold,
call.
absent. Beckwith,
Here.
Farcapisi,
Here.
Flores, absent. Cotsinis,
Here.
Hamilton,
Here.
Sutton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mission statement: to enrich, empower, and enlighten the people of the Warren-Newport Public Library District. Public comment. Do we have anyone who wishes to speak in public comment? All right. Written comments.
We just have a patron's letter to the Board of Trustees. Do you want to look at that letter?
Hasn't read it yet.
Thank you.
Okay. New business, page 4, resolution of appreciation to Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher. Do we have a motion?
Don't we have to read it first?
You think so?
All right, let me read the
Make
motion.
sure
Let me
it's
read the
okay.
resolution.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter, one way or the other. Let's see. A resolution of appreciation for Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher for dedicated
Well,
service.
Why don't we ask them to come up
Oh,
and stand?
come on and say hi.
Let's make it official. Why not? Yeah, let's make it.
So head up there.
Yeah, and then we're gonna have the president read it.
And stand.
Stand.
Oh, boy, listen to this.
You probably need to stand up too, George.
All right. I will stand.
Shouldn't be that much work, but.
All right.
Sorry, I did those a lot, so I know how it's supposed to
There's a
be.
way. Oh, I even heard her.
All right,
All
George.
right.
Hit it.
A resolution of appreciation for Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher for dedicated service to the Warren-Newport Public Library District. Whereas the Local Government Efficiency Act, PA 102-1088, required the Warren-Newport Public Library District to establish a special committee to study WNPL efficiencies and submit a report to Lake County. And whereas the Warren-Newport Public Library District Board of Trustees established a Local Government Efficiency Act committee to fulfill the requirements of the Act. And whereas Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher graciously volunteered their time and expertise to serve on the Local Government Efficiency Act committee. And whereas Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher effectively or actively participated in the committee's work, demonstrating a commitment to the efficient operation of the Warren-Newport Public Library District and bringing their own experiences of WNPL into the work of the committee. And whereas Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher discussed and debated ideas with strength, integrity, and a calm demeanor, while also showing respect for the opinions of others. And whereas the committee's successful completion of its study and report is a direct result of the dedication and hard work of Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher. And whereas Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher are not only Decennial Committee members, but are also WNPL patrons who like and appreciate the library and will always be welcomed as friends of the Warren-Newport Public Library. Now therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Library Trustees of the Warren-Newport Public Library District that Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher are hereby commended for their dedication, loyalty, and commitment to the residents of this district and the citizenry of the Warren-Newport Townships. The Secretary of the District is hereby authorized and instructed to deliver certified copies of this resolution to Mike Barr and Ed Gallagher as a permanent record of the appreciation of the Board of Library Trustees of this district for his service to the community and to this district.
I move to accept the resolution as presented.
I'll second that.
And congratulations.
Yes.
And thank you.
Thank you. Very nice.
Now, can we get a roll call for
And
this
the
one, please?
resolutions, the resolutions, you have to give them to them.
This is for lifetime members.
The resolutions, are you gonna give them to them?
Yeah.
Gina, can we get a roll call for this one, please?
Okay, yes. Who was the second? Who was the second?
I
You.
I moved and Joe seconded.
Oh, second, okay.
Hard to know without the facts.
Farcapisi,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Beckwith.
Beckwith?
Yes.
Aye.
Flores absent, Arnold absent, Cotsinis,
Aye.
ayes have it.
All right. Thank you all very much for your time and appreciation here. Thank you. And then the approval of the WNPL report for compliance with the Decennial Committee on Local Government Efficiency, page 6. Do we have a motion
I
for this
move to
one?
approve the WNPL report for compliance with decennial committees on local government efficiency to be submitted to the Lake County Clerk's Office pursuant to law.
I'll second. No wonder I've done that.
I'll
You
second.
All right. Roll call again for this one.
Sutton,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Farkapisi,
Aye.
Flores absent, Arnold absent, Cozzini,
Aye.
ayes have it.
Yay!
Well done. A lot of work.
Lot of work.
And item C, dissolution of Committee of Local
I want to
Government.
do that.
You think you get to do that?
I move to dissolve the Committee on Local Government Efficiency Public Act.
I second it.
All right, roll call again for this one.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Farkapisi,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Flores absent, Arnold absent, Cozzini,
Aye.
ayes have it.
All right, moving on to Part D, a brief recess for informal acknowledgement of resident committee
Wait,
members.
can I just say
Yes,
one more
please.
thing? Just so everybody knows, there were a couple, Mike found a little format error. They were nothing of substance, but a couple things were fixed from the last copy you saw. So I just want to be up there with it.
And I want to say a couple things. So thank you all for all your hard work on this. Joe, thank you for agreeing to chair this committee. Mike and Ed, thanks for volunteering. Library board, you did, oversaw this process very well. To the staff, Gina put a lot of work into this, Rebecca put a lot of work. A lot of staff that aren't here put a lot of work into this report. So I'm grateful for the team that we have. And I feel, even though I publicly have spoken about some of my issues with this report, I feel that we did get a lot out of it at the end of the day. We learned some things, and I feel that we're submitting a really solid report to Lake County.
Yeah,
So-
I agree with that.
So thank you all.
We adhered to the spirit of the project and didn't just boom, boom, rubber stamp, get it out of our way. Great job, everybody.
Yeah. A lot of work.
All right, informal recess.
Informal
Board
recess
President?
Informal
begins.
recess.
Cool.
Do we get to go outside and sign the quickly?
We can cut it, yeah.
7:08, call it 7:08. It is 8:22, we're back in session. Do we need a motion to edit the video?
No,
Okay, because we didn't record, perfect.
yeah,
How about you?
and we have to all see that. Make sure we get- yeah.
Did you hear that?
7:22 and at 8:22?
7:22, sorry.
Okay, that's all right.
Sorry, still on. Apple's time. Fix that. Okay, consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Here, Joe, you can borrow.
I move that we approve the consent agenda as written.
I'll second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? Motion carries. Nothing was removed from the consent agenda. You've got the president's report on page 49. Does any other trustee have a report? All right, executive director's report, page 50.
So first, I'd like to provide an update on the power outage yesterday, what I know at this point. So they were doing, if you look out the window, there was this big tree in this basically house, like not the next house but the house over. It was recently for sale, so someone must have bought it. So what happened yesterday was, since they were cutting on this very tall tree, they needed to shut off the power, I guess, due to safety reasons. So they shut off the power, we lost power, and these homes over here lost power. As far as I know, no one else lost power. Like Children's Advocacy Center, the police department, the
They were
village
all
did not,
okay?
they were all okay. We did not have word of this in advance. So, middle afternoon, so basically we were over for an hour as long as the backup power would last, but we knew our lights would only last for about 90 minutes, so we had people here for story time, so we served the public as best as we could, and we closed at 10 o'clock.
But
So we got power back mid-afternoon, we were able to reopen at 5. So the question, like, what happened? Why didn't we know about this?
Yeah,
I thought maybe the village was supposed to let us know and didn't let us know, but I wasn't sure, and that's not, very unlike the village. So I reached out to Heather Galan, who's head of Public Works today, and she told me that she didn't know about this. And for a tree trimming on private property, you would not need a permit from the village. However, they were blocking Eau Plaine, it's a county road, you would need a permit from the county, which we don't think they had, or we don't know if they had it or not. I shouldn't say that. So I asked Heather, well, who should have let us known about this? And she's like, ComEd, we believe. So I asked her if she had any contacts, because I don't have any contacts with ComEd. There's a government relations person that she contacted, she copied me. And this person said that ComEd should have let us know about this, and she was going to look into it. So that's what I know at this point. So that's I have a lot of questions for ComEd. Why did they decide a Monday at 9 a.m. was a good time to inconvenience the neighborhood and the public library on tax day of all days. I think we handled it as best we could. I think we learned some things in terms of the backup generator. It did its job. Our servers remained online. The server room was cold. So everything that was supposed to be powered was working. So that was good. I guess a good test of the backup system.
And so, Ryan, the electricity was out from when till when?
I think it was back about 1:30.
Okay.
And unfortunately, the timing was such where we had to make a call with the people coming in at 1 o'clock. So I thought that the update I was getting was going to come back at 4:15. So I'm like, oh, it's coming back at 4:15. No reason to have staff here. Obviously, in hindsight, had I known, we could add staffing around a little bit longer and open sooner. But we were done with the information that we had.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Kind of messed up.
I pulled
Yeah.
up to the library at about 3:30, and there were like 16 well-behaved teenagers out front, and my first thought was, Rebecca's been after them.
That's correct.
They were well-behaved, they told me the power was out.
That's great.
One question I have, did we communicate with the school to let them know that we were not going to be open?
I don't think we did directly communicate with the school. Yeah.
With the high school?
Oh, with the high
They would have made it a little bit easier, because we had students that came here expecting the library to be open.
Yeah. In hindsight, I think that's something we should do in the future for sure.
Wow.
We did communicate on the normal channels in terms of, updating the phone system, social media, website, that type of thing. But yeah.
Well, they knew why it was closed, and they were all perfectly
Yeah.
well-behaved.
The good news is, at least it was a good weather day. The kids liked hanging outside anyway. So, but obviously, it would have been better if we could have communicated that to the students in the school.
But they all actually came in at 5, so I don't know that they were gonna go anywhere. They
They
came in and.
they were hanging out
yeah,
anyway.
yeah, they were.
I was really proud of how well they did.
Mhm. Yeah, I talked to Felix, who's our head of security, and he said the same thing, so they were very well behaved, and then they all came in.
A couple of things to mention. Library After Dark is April 27th. Rebecca has on the Love Your.
Love Your
Excuse me, Love Your. Why did I write that? I'm thinking of. I guess. Don't we were in the dark yesterday? That's what I was thinking of. Yes, Love Your Library event is April 27th. So Rebecca's got on the Love Your Library T-shirt, which she's got in. So.
April 27th, that's right.
The what?
And you were gonna bring it
I don't have it, but I can swap it. And then the other thing I wanted to mention to the board and get your feedback on actually is I just found this out today, and I don't know if I'm even interested, but I have some interest, but I'm weighing it. So the CCS nominating board reached out to me and wants to nominate me as president-elect of CCS. What that would mean if I decided to do it, and then the board was supportive. This would start July of 2024. The first year, essentially, you are chair of the Long Range Planning Committee, and the CCS is doing the Long Range Plan. So that has some appeal to me, because then we would have a direct seat at the table for the course of CCS. Then 2025, I would act as president of CCS, which would mean, running the meetings. This term would require, for 3 years, a monthly meeting. Fortunately, it's virtual. And then the last year as past president, I think you essentially your responsibilities are run the nominating committee. So So I wanted to get the board's thoughts and feedback and what you thought about this opportunity. And I'm undecided. You know, I think I'm interested because it's I'm sort of a free agent in terms of things outside of the library right now, and I think I have interest in this, but I want to see what the board thinks.
How much additional work do you think is gonna be outside of library stuff? You think it would interfere? And I'm all for it, I'm not against this. Would you
Yeah.
get paid?
No, I would not get paid. How much extra work in terms of the? I only talked. I talked to Rebecca Manowski a little bit today, and I talked to Heidi Smith, who served in this role before. I still want to reach out to a few other people that have served in this role. So I'm not exactly sure of the time commitment. I know, at the very least, the first year. So there's the Long Range Planning Committee, which I'm on. So basically, everyone that's in CCS, the directors have to serve on a committee. So that I'm already part of this quarterly meeting. So I would be chairing this meeting, but I gather that the CCS staff, they do a lot of the heavy lifting in terms of like the prep work for that type of thing. There would be the monthly executive board meeting. That's remote though, so I wouldn't have to travel, and sometimes those meetings can be as short as 20 minutes. So it's at least that monthly committed. So a little bit of time. I think as in 2025 it would be more time because you are, you know, if the executive director of CCS needs to talk to you or run things by you or something comes up, you need to be at their disposal. So it's a little more time than that. So, but I'm still getting all the facts in terms of the time commitment. So other thoughts or questions based on what I know?
And so it would be a 2-year commitment for you? Is that
It would be a
right?
3-year commitment.
3 year.
So the way it works
That
is you're
last
the
year.
president-elect, and that 2024 would be the, essentially the Long Range Planning Committee. Then 2025 is, you know, chairing the exec board and then the governing board, and then the 2026 would be the nominating committee, which I gather is not a lot of work that last
Yeah.
year.
Mhm.
So,
I think it's really a great honor.
I do too. I think you should do it.
It's very good
I
for
mean,
you.
if you want to do it,
yeah.
I support you.
Yeah. I
But
think it's
don't
wonderful.
feel obligated to do it because you brought it up here, but if you want to do it,
Right.
you have.
No, and I told, you know, and I want to listen to everybody, and, you know, I want to talk to more staff about it. I talked to Rebecca a little bit about it.
And Mrs.
We talked
Lindbergh.
about because it is a little bit of time commitment. It does take
Yeah.
away a little bit from WNPL, but at the
And
same time, it helps
Mrs.
us.
Lindbergh.
And Mrs. Livergood, yeah.
And Mrs. Livergood.
But it's not like, you know, some things where it would be, you know, you have to travel and anything like that. So it's, you know, it's local, so it's nothing like a state committee, you have to go down to Springfield or anything like that, so.
It's great. Cool.
Great. And I think that's it. Any questions about the reports?
I don't think I have any.
Oh, I do have one more thing to mention. The RFPs are out for the boiler retubing and the security surveillance system. I would like the board to hold a special meeting either before or after the May Committee of the Whole, so we can move faster on awarding that business. So unless there's any objections to that, I just wanted to mention that. And that would just be a quick
After the
meeting.
May regular meeting?
It could be
That should
before.
before the May
Before.
Committee of the Whole.
Yeah, it could be, yeah, before or
Before.
after, however we want to do it. And, you know, this is just a chance for us to review and, you know, award that business, so.
So before May 7th?
So what we'd likely do is schedule it, say, 15 minutes,
Yeah,
15 minutes ahead of the
Ahead
Committee of the Whole
May
meeting.
Yeah.
7th, is that right?
So we'd meet at the same time, we would just have a chance to act on this one
Bless
RFP
you.
before we go into committee.
Instead of starting the
Twice.
special meeting at 6:45, can we start the special meeting at 7? And the committee of the whole at 7:15, because then that avoids people accidentally forgetting about it, and we're likely to get more of a quarrel.
No
At
problems
7?
here?
Fine with me.
Sure.
Okay.
Because it'll be a short meeting,
mhm,
maybe
Yeah,
we,
and then we go straight in.
because it could even be 5 or 10 minutes.
yeah.
Sure.
Unlike the, automated materials handler, these are relatively straightforward projects. I think it's gonna primarily come down to, it is primarily gonna come down to price on both of these. So it's not, there's not too much nuance to these in terms of who to
So,
award the bid to.
Why don't we start the special meeting at 7 and then the COW meeting at 7:05, because it can start late, but it can't start early.
Sure.
We don't want to sit here for 10 minutes and be 10 minutes later.
I like it.
I do too.
Looking out for my friends.
One question I had on the report, how many staff decided to go for YubiKeys instead of going with an app?
I might refer to my head of IT on that one. It's kind of more, it's more than we thought, isn't it? But then a few people kind of last minute decided, okay, I after seeing it, they're like, the authenticator would be the way to go.
Yeah, so initially we had estimated 50%, 50% UBK and 50% authenticator, but eventually we have about 35 to 40 UBKs now,
Okay.
and rest are authenticated. And all new joinees are going for authenticators.
Yeah, and I think once people saw it, it's one of those things that even though we educated staff as much as possible about these different options and inform them of the differences, it's one of those things that it's abstract until people see it and then they realize,
Yeah.
oh, that YubiKey is going to be kind of a hassle, so let me go with the authenticator. So,
They're using it very well at the reference desk though, the shared desk.
That makes
So it's
sense.
not well.
as a reminder, if you're not sure what we're talking about, this is for the two-factor authentication. So we've done a lot of work this past year to, enhance our security with our, in our IT infrastructure. So.
I'll make one comment, completely different topic. The Internet of the Library of Things is going very well.
I love it. I love it.
My wife has been checking out the Cricuts and using those for projects. She
Nice,
loves them.
cool. Yeah, no, it's been a great addition for sure.
Any other comments on the executive director's report?
And so the mobile services new vehicle wrap is finished and ready to go, is that right?
Yeah, we're getting it back this week.
Okay.
I think the next couple of days. Oh, it's tomorrow? Okay, yeah. So they're gonna go up to, where is it?
It's Franklin.
Franklin, Wisconsin.
No, it isn't, it's Franksville.
Franksville?
Yeah,
I
It's
would've said
Frank something, Wisconsin.
Frank,
Uh,
Frankfurt
It's in
is.
Pine Neck of the Woods, so I do know where it is.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Good, yeah.
All right. Moving on to old business, automated materials handling system update.
Yeah, so we had a great meeting last week with Linkso Systems, and I'm very excited. Very professional. We solidified the the project plan in terms of the way the sorter's going to come in. So it's going to come in as an L shape, and there's a staff induction piece, which is going to be a big time saver for staff. And so I don't have the official drawings back, but if the board is interested, when I do, I can share them with you. So, and we still have not finalized a date, so I hope to do that next couple of weeks with Linkso. So yeah, so that project is underway, and I know that I'm super excited about it. The staff that will be using it, they're really, really excited about it. So, and it's interesting because the president of Linkso, we didn't know this going in, he's the guy that installed that sorter, that ITG sorter.
Oh my God.
So yeah, the representative said, I think his name was Corey from the research. Like, Corey's definitely going to come in during this install because he wants to see this thing they installed. So I think that's just kind of funny. It's such a small world, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
What do you do with the old one?
with this, they scrap
They
it.
scrap it,
Yeah.
but they'll take it.
Yeah, there's a fee. I mean,
Ah,
if
of
we
course.
wanted to do it ourselves and figure out if, no, but I don't,
No,
I would rather just pay the fee and have them
Oh,
take
yeah.
care of it than try to get
That's
cute.
right.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But, I wish I could say that would be a successful fundraiser to sell the parts of the old story, but I don't think that's gonna fly, so let's not go there.
Have a piece of history.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
All right. Any other questions on the materials handler? All right, mobile services.
Yeah, I just wanted to when I met with George last week, I think there was a little bit of confusion, that the board had a lot of great feedback about the presentation, but I just wanted to make sure it was on the same page in terms of how to approach the presentation. What George shared with me is what he thought the board's final message was to present the options for how to move forward, but to be clear about that these are the reasons that we are leaning towards the programming option. Not to sell it, but to be transparent and show the data that this is what's led us to this, and still encourage people to give their feedback and thoughts.
This is what you wanted, so we researched it and found that it's really not viable.
Yeah, so is that what the board consensus?
Yeah.
Because we just want to make sure we were clear, and because there was a little bit, because there was some feedback, and I think there were some differences of opinion. I think at the end of the day, the board got to where
Sure.
this message, but okay, that's all. So we are, that should be promoted by the end of this week, and I've reached out to the. I don't remember the name of the company that Celeste referred me to for the Spanish translation, and my thanks to Mano a Mano. Apparently, they're going to lend us the headsets for that. So, and it's not a terribly expensive cost to have them come. I believe it's $65 an hour plus travel. So, so it's pretty reasonable. So yeah, we'll be in good shape for that presentation.
Good.
All right, any other questions on this topic? Moving on to new business, part 2. Ordinance 2024-7.
Sorry, it's 2023.
Yeah, 2023-2024-7.
Oh.
Yeah, just to clarify what this is. So the board, as you well know, you pass a budget and appropriation ordinance, and the appropriation is what by law we can spend in all of these funds. When we were doing the budget and the board passed this, this was something that was not a concrete idea in terms of the makerspace. During the strategic planning process, we got feedback from the community. They wanted that. We talked about it. The board approved funds out of expendable trust, but as we were looking at it, we realized we did not appropriate enough money because we didn't expect to spend those funds. So what this does is it shifts some money from special reserve to expendable trust. That's all you're doing here, just so we can legally proceed.
Okay.
Any questions about that, or?
Someone want to make a motion? We're gonna have to turn to the page.
I move that ordinance 2023,
Yeah,
2023-2024-7 be adopted as presented.
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Farkapise,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Flores absent, Arnold absent, Cotsinis,
Aye.
ayes have it.
All right. Personnel policy 321, page 63. We've been discussing this at the committee of the whole.
Right.
This is the latest version with all of the input from our last discussions. Are there any questions or concerns?
I move to accept policy 321, staff recognition as presented.
I'll second it.
One.
I'll second.
All right, roll call, please, for this one, too.
Farkapise,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Flores absent, Arnold absent, Cotsinis,
Aye.
ayes have it.
All right. Item C, approval of closing the library on May 14th from 9 to 1 for staff development. Do we have a motion for this one?
I move that the board approve the closing of the library on Tuesday, May 14th, 2024, from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. for staff development day emergency drills.
Second.
All right.
Ande? Thank you.
Roll call for this one as well.
Hamilton,
Aye.
Farkapise,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Flores absent, Arnold absent, Cotsinis,
Aye.
ayes have it.
All right, section D, potentially actionable items for the May agenda. Anything beyond what you see here?
I think we'll be ready for tuition reimbursement, George.
Okay.
That's not in here.
Let's add that one as well.
The annual board self-evaluation, we're running a little behind on that.
Let's add that to the committee of the whole meeting.
Okay.
Anything else? All right, does anyone wish to speak in public forum?
Yes. So I really want to thank the board and Ryan especially because IT department is changing gears from reactive to proactive, which was so visible this time when the electricity went off. Because 2 years ago, I was checking my email in March. The first major issue I had faced was we lost internet for about half a day because the UPS had gone down. And this time we lost electricity and there was no effect and everything was going just as it was expected to go. So usually when you guys approve something, you don't know the technology or the importance behind it, but you still show so much trust. I mean, as IT people, we can wish for everything, but we don't get money for it. So thank you for the support and faith because whatever we have done is actually showing that it's worthy. So thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for letting us know how it works.
All right. Any announcements other than what you see here?
Just I'll throw in April 27th again for Love Your Library.
And the date, or the times are noon to 3 or something?
Yeah, I need the 3, yeah,
Saturday.
right?
It's a Saturday.
It's a Saturday.
And
Coming
I
up.
passed around
I'm
this, but if
sorry.
anybody would like to order from our staff store, we do have Love Your Library items in it. And Brian,
Isn't
you
that
said
great?
it's okay that we share this with the board?
Absolutely, yeah.
We will have a public store available the day of the event and then for approximately a week afterwards.
All right.
This gives you a chance to
To be
buy.
there and have your merch.
Yes.
Have
So
your
Ryan,
merch.
if you could send that by email to the board?
Yeah,
Absolutely,
that would be great.
yeah.
Yeah, I like it. I like the colors and everything. It's very
And this is our
nice.
actual full
Maybe
library store, so our
email it
items are in
to
there as well.
Yeah, I'll
You can
mention that.
also-
So, and, I think it stepped out, but Mike, we've got some WNPL swag for you guys too, so
So he's gonna email you too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All the cool kids wear it. That's right.
I wanna be
Oh,
part of it.
so we're gonna go with it.
All right. Adjournment.
I move to adjourn.
I'll second it.
All right. All in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
All opposed? Abstain? It is 7:47 PM.